learners. Now I welcome you in the second lecture of week 2, which is on role and responsibilities of a school principal. Objectives of this lesson are that after the completion of the session or the lesson, the learners will be able to state the meaning and changing role of a school principal. They will be able to describe how the principal supports academic and administrative work in a school. They will be able to use suitable leadership practices for managing staff, students and school activities. They will be able to examine the difference between the principal as a leader and as an administrator. They will be able to analyze the importance of the principal's role and responsibilities in improving a school. Now let us try to see or let us try to understand what is a school principalship. What is the meaning of school principalship? A school principalship refers to the role, responsibilities and professional practice of a school principal. He or she is the leader of the school. He or she is the head of the school who is responsible for managing all the school activities and ensuring students receive quality education. The meaning of school principalship is basically about understanding that the principal is not just someone sitting in an office, signing papers, looking busy. It is much more than that. It is much more than that, someone is signing papers, someone is sitting in the office, principal's office. No. Somebody is regularly signing papers in the principal's chamber. No. It is about being the head of the school. It is about being responsible for everything that happens in the institution, that happens in the school, like academic work, administration, discipline, and even the general atmosphere of teaching and learning. Principal has to guide leaders, help students, talk to parents, and also coordinate with higher authorities so that communication does not get messy and everybody knows what is happening. It is not only about managing day-to-day work, but also about creating a space where teachers feel supported, students feel encouraged, and learning can happen smoothly without any problem. Suppose if students are not performing well in the classroom or teachers are not coordinating properly, it is the principal who steps in, who takes lead, who understands the problem, talks to the people involved and finds a solution that is fair and practical. When a principal does this work properly, or what will happen when they do the work properly, that teamwork improves, students learn better, teachers feel motivated, and the whole school functions more efficiently and more effectively. So principalship is like a mix of leadership, responsibility, problem solving, and always trying to make the school better, institution better. Now we will understand what changing role of the principal. Changing role of the principal is really interesting because it shows what people expect from school leadership. That has totally evolved over time. Earlier principals were mostly seen as administrators, someone whose job was to maintain discipline, make sure records are properly maintained, follow the rules and basically control things so that school runs without any chaos. It was more on watching over. It was more about watching over, boss, everything, and actually getting involved in teaching or learning, watching over everything and then actually getting involved in teaching or learning. But now the role has changed. Role has become more dynamic, wide ranging, and even more overwhelming because principal has to do much more than just administration now. They are expected to be instructional leaders, true guides, facilitators, helping teachers in improving their teaching learning methods, supporting students, and making sure that learning in school is meaningful and purposeful and without any hindrance. It is about stepping in where there is need. It is about motivating teachers. It is about increasing the morale of teachers. It is about suggesting better methods of teaching. It is about checking if students are understanding what is taught. They are just not memorizing, they are understanding. And the teaching learning is congenial, atmosphere is conducive. All these things are taken care of by the principal now. So this is a changing role of the principal from that position to the position where principal is not the principal, not the boss only or principal only, but he is seeing everything and he is improving by involving everyone. Now we will see the importance of principal in school functioning. Importance of the principal in school function is very great, because principal is the central person, very important person, and he ensures that all activities run smoothly, all activities are organized, everybody is working together, proper management is there. When principal is active, aware and involved in daily functioning of the school, it can create a very positive environment where teachers feel supported, students feel that they are guided properly, in both academic and administrative work are balanced successfully. The important role of a principal can be better understood through the following points. That is it ensures smooth functioning of the academic and administrative work, maintains discipline and a positive school environment, guides and support teachers in improving their teaching practices, encourages teach innovation and better classroom methods, addressing students' needs, problems and overall development. Principal acts as a link between the school, parents and school and higher authorities, promoting teamwork and coordination among staff members, playing key role especially in decision making and in problem solving, maintaining proper communication within the institution, helping in building trust and cooperation among all members, contributing to the overall development and reputation of the school. In one line, improving the school or educational institution, doing everything whatever is possible. Now we will see principal as a leader or principal as an administrator. Leader versus administrator. Role of the principal as a leader and as an administrator shows two different but equally important aspects of school functioning. A principal is not only responsible for managing the school but also for guiding and inspiring the people within it. People means teachers, staff members, students, everybody, very important stakeholders. Their guidance and inspiring them is also one of the responsibilities of the principal. As an administrator, the principal focuses more on routine tasks such as maintaining records, implementing rules and regulations, managing timetables, and ensuring that the policies are followed properly. So if you see, there is a difference between, although these two roles are different, but they are important. A principal has to do the work of a leader and work of an administrator both. But when the principal takes the role of a leader, it builds trust, improves communication and strengthens the teamwork. Example, a leader principal. We have just merged these two words, leader and principal. A leader principal may involve teachers in decision making, listen to their concerns and guide them in improving teaching methods, proper teaching methods, use of proper teaching methods according to the situation, according to the need, rather than just checking their work. So it will be game changing. It will be improving the performance of the school or institution. It is the responsibility of the principal to make sure that all administrative work is completed on time and in a very well organized way. In many schools, if this aspect is ignored, it can lead to mismanagement in the institution, it can lead to disorder in the daily functioning. On the other hand, when we talk about the principal as a leader, the focus shifts from control to guidance and motivation. A leader works with the people, understand their need, understand what the others are requiring, and he or she tries to bring out the best in them. So it is the responsibility of the principal as a leader to support teachers encourage teachers, encourage new ideas, create a positive working environment where everybody feel happy, satisfied, valued. In many institutions, when the principal acts only as an administrator, teachers may feel dissatisfied. Teachers may be less motivated. So principal should act as a leader. Then he will be definitely be an administrator, but he should act as a leader, not as simply administrator. Remember this difference. You can see basis of difference: administrator and leader. Administrator focuses on tasks and procedures only. Leader focuses on people and development. Approach is administrator follows rules and policies, whereas leader guides and motivates. Decision making point, basis of differences there: administrator makes decision based on rules, whereas leader considers input from others. Communication: administrator gives instructions, leader encourages two-way communication. Goal: administrator ensures smooth functioning, leaders aim for growth and improvement. Relationship with the staff: administrator maintains formal relationships, whereas leader builds trust and support. Change and innovation: administrator maintains the existing system, leader encourages new ideas and innovation. So you can see whether the option first is good or second is good. I think option second, when principal is acting as a leader, definitely he will be administrator also, and when he is administrator only, definitely he is missing very important thing in his personality or in his role. Now, core role of a school principals. Core roles of a school principal. The core roles of the school principal include wide range of responsibilities that are essential for smooth functioning and overall development of the institution. In other words, principal is not limited to one type of work, but he has to perform multiple roles at the same time. It is the responsibility of the school principal to manage administrative tasks, guide academic activities, support teachers, ensure that the students' needs are properly addressed, taken care of. In many schools, the effectiveness of the institution depends largely on how well the principal performs these roles in a very polished and very balanced manner. Administrative role. We are understanding the core roles. Administrative role of the school principal is one of the most important aspects of school functioning. That is, it ensures that all activities are properly planned, organized, carried out in a smooth manner. In other words, administration is about managing the day-to-day work of the school in such a way that there is no confusion, no undue delay in any process. This administrative role includes planning and organization. That is, planning and organization means deciding in advance what needs to be done and arranging everything accordingly. It is the responsibility of the school principal to plan school activities in advance, academic schedules, examinations and events in a very systematic way. In many schools, if proper planning is there, success is there. If proper planning is not done, if proper planning is not there, it can lead to confusion among students and teachers. Policy implementation is also one of the points in administrative role. That policy implementation means putting educational rules and guidelines into practice within the school. In other words, it is not enough to just have policies, they must be followed properly. And it is the responsibility of the principal to ensure that all rules and regulations of educational authorities are implemented in the school in the right way, in the letter and spirit. Time and resource management. Time and resource management in practical sense involves using the available time, available limited resources efficiently, effectively, without any wastage as far as possible. It is the responsibility of the school principal to manage school time, such as class schedules, meetings schedules. Meeting should be arranged on time, should be completed on time, should be finished on time, and all the activities which are to be organized, they should be organized on time, should be finished on time. Principal has to ensure that proper use of resources like available classrooms, teaching materials, available laboratories, available school funds which are limited. Definitely these things are limited, so management of time and resources also the administrative role of the school principal. Maintenance of records. Yes, records are very, very important. We have to, records are actually the data, maybe digital record, maybe offline record in the form of registers, in the hard copy, hard form, soft form these days. Soft form is also very important. So, it is the responsibility of the principal to ensure that records such as student details, attendance, staff information, examination results and financial documents are updated and maintained regularly. Academic or instructional role. The academic or instructional role of the principal is mainly related to improving the teaching learning process in the school. In other words, it focuses more on academic development rather than just administrative. Academic or instructional role, that is, second role is academic and instructional role. In this, we will focus on, our principal focuses on academic development rather than just focusing on administrative work. Academic and instructional role, dear students, please pay attention to this thing, that this is the second role, that is academic or instructional role. It includes supervision of teaching learning process. Supervision of the teaching learning process means observing and guiding how teaching is taking place in the classroom. It is the responsibility of the principal, school principal, to see, to observe, to visit regularly what is happening in the schools, what is happening in the school classrooms. It is the responsibility of the principal to ensure that teachers are using appropriate teaching methods, proper teaching methods as per the availability of the resources. Students are understanding whether the content is proper, curriculum is updated or not. Its supervision is very, very important. Curriculum implementation is another important point under academic role or instructional role. Curriculum implementation refers to the putting the prescribed syllabus into practice. It's not only about completing the prescribed syllabus only, but how it is taught, whether the students are understanding or not. It is the responsibility of the school principal to ensure that the teachers follow the curriculum properly, covering all topics within the stipulated time. The syllabus and curriculum is updated, relevant, taking care of the requirements of the society. Whatever social changes are there in the society, those social changes are reflected in the curriculum or not. This is the duty of the school principal. Responsibility of the principal as far as academic responsibility is concerned. Monitoring students' achievement. Yes, regularly monitoring students' achievement means keeping the track of students' academic progress and performance. It is the responsibility of the principal to regularly review results, identifying the areas where students are weak, identifying the areas where improvement is required, improvement is needed, steps can be taken. If it is not monitored, problems may go unnoticed, and definitely then he is not actually doing his job properly if he is ignoring. Promoting innovative teaching practices also coming under academic role, that is promoting innovative teaching practices means encouraging teachers to use new and creative methods of teaching in the classroom. It is the responsibility of the school principal to create an environment where teachers feel free to try different approaches, teachers feel free to make learning, to create learning environment, to make learning environment more interesting, more effective, creating an environment where students are feeling safe, learners are enjoying. So these things are very, very important and they should be promoted. Managerial role of principal is related to managing people, ensuring that all staff members are working together, ensuring that they are properly working in an organized way or not. It is about giving, it is not only giving instructions but also handling different individuals, what is happening between them, how they are interacting. It is the responsibility of the principal to make sure that work is distributed properly, communication is open, communication is maintained, and problems are handled in a timely manner, properly as well as in a timely manner. Timely handling of the problem is very important. If they are not handled timely, it can lead to chaos in the institution. It can lead to unrest in the institution. So this managerial role is also very important in the academic role. Staff management. The staff management in a practical sense means handling teachers and other staff members in such a way that they are working efficiently and comfortably. It is very important responsibility of the school principal to understand the weaknesses and the strength of staff members and assigning work them accordingly, according to their staff, according to their weakness and strengths. Delegation of duties. Learners, delegation of duties means assigning different tasks and responsibilities to staff members instead of handling everything alone. It is the responsibility of the school principal to delegate work according to the abilities and skills of the teachers. In many schools, it has been observed, it has been seen that principal is trying to do everything alone. It can lead to pressure and inefficiency. You can't do everything alone. You have a team. Whole school is there. Whole institution is there. So it's important that everybody should be involved. But when duties are not properly delegated, what will happen? You will be overloaded. Principal will be overloaded. Think about the other situation when duties are properly delegated. It will reduce your workload also. Will increase the participation of the staff members. Will motivate them. It will increase the dedication among the staff members. It will increase the commitment. They will feel that they are the part of the institution. Delegation of duties is also one of the important academic responsibility of the school principal. Coordination among departments. Yes, different sections are there in the school. In the department, there are different labs in charges. Different schools are there. For example, in the education department, there are 5 in charges or 6 in charges. When internship is there, they are taking the charge in different schools. School in charges are there. Coordination between them is needed so that internship is successful. 15-20 students are allotted in one school. 15-20 students are allotted in different school, and likewise distribution of 100 student is ensured. So in order to make this internship successful, everybody should be ready to cooperate as well as ready to coordinate, and therefore coordination among different departments means all the sections of the school are working together in a very smooth way and a very connected way. It is the responsibility of the school principal to maintain proper communication between different departments, among different sections, so that there is no confusion, no undue delay, no inordinate delay in the work. Conflict resolution. Yes, when there will be 2 people, there will be 3 opinions. Conflicts may be there. Conflicts is not bad. Handling of this is very important. Having disagreement is the sign of a vibrant democracy. What is the problem if there are disagreements? What is the problem if people are disagreeing? No problem. They can disagree. You like red color, I like blue color. You may like yellow color, I may like green color. You may like something else, I may like something else. So there can be conflict, but they should be manageable. They should not create problem. Conflict should not create problems for management, for administration. Conflict should always be manageable. They should be handled properly. Disagreement should be handled properly in a very proper and very fair manner. If there is any conflict, principal should listen to both the sides and should find a solution which is workable, which is balanced, which is acceptable to all. So if these sometimes small conflicts are ignored, it can affect the working environment and performance of the staff members. Conflict should not be ignored. Financial role is very, very important. Financial role of the school principal is, these are the core, we are studying the core roles of the school principal. It is related to the managing the money, finance in the school in a very properly, in a very judicious way, how to handle the funds, how to plan with regard to funds, how to use funds in a very effective way. It is the responsibility of the principal to use the funds very judiciously so that there is no misuse or wastage. Budget preparation is also very important responsibility of the school principal. He should consider all important principles of making budget, and should consider all important expenses such as salaries, maintenance, teaching materials, school activities, laboratories, expenses, and every expenses should be taken care of by the school principal. Accordingly, he should plan. Fund allocation and utilization, yes, this is also, it is also responsible of the principal to decide how much money should be given to various activities, like how much to academics, how much to infrastructure, how much to maintenance, how much to co-curricular programs, etc. Financial accountability, it refers to being responsible and transparent in handling school funds. It is the responsibility of the school principal to maintain proper records of income and proper records of the expenditure, so that complete transparency is there, because accountability is very, very important. Lack of accountability can lead to misuse of funds and loss of trust. Therefore, principal should make all, or should ensure that all expenses are recorded and they should be reported correctly. Now let us try to understand the responsibilities of the school principal. Responsibilities towards teachers. Responsibilities of the school principal towards teachers are very, very important, because teachers are the one who directly deal with the students, who are in the field, who are actually carrying out the teaching learning process in the classroom. Quality of education in a school depends largely on how well teachers are supported, encouraged, guided, and managed by the principal. It's not only enough that you have assigned the work and expecting the result. No, you have to continuously work with the teachers, continuously understand their problems, continuously understand their needs, and help them in improving their professional role, and help teachers in improving in their weak areas and appreciating their strong areas. Now, some of the points of the responsibility of the school principal as far as responsibilities towards teachers are concerned is recruitment and induction. Selecting the right teachers and helping them adjust in their proper adjustment in the school environment. It is the responsibility of the principal that qualified and competent teachers are appointed who can contribute effectively and productively for the school. Principal should ensure that teachers are having proper qualification, proper skills, positive attitude, favorable attitude towards teaching and learning. So, process of recruitment should be fair and transparent. He should introduce the new teachers, new appointee to school policies and school culture, should provide initial guidance and support, especially at the early stage, initial stage, help new teachers in adjustment in the new working environment. Professional development is also one of the important responsibilities of the school principal towards teachers. Professional development refers to the continuous learning and improvement of the teachers in their profession. You know, we should not be static in our profession. We should always learn. Continuously, we should attend regular refresher courses or short-term courses or workshops or faculty development programs, because knowledge is changing. Knowledge is, things are changing. If we are not changing ourselves, we are not learning, we may lag behind. We need to update ourselves so that we can teach our students what is happening in the other countries, other states, or what are the best practices which are there in the other countries. Those best practices we should learn, we should apply in our institution. So we should regularly update our skills and For example, these days AI has come. We need to learn AI. We need to learn ICT. We can't say that if we will not learn, okay, it is, we have learned enough, there is no need. No, you have to learn. Otherwise, you will lag behind. You will not, you can't afford. So it is the responsibility of the school principal to provide opportunities for teachers to grow professionally by organizing regular workshops, regular seminars, regular training programs, encouraging teachers to learn new teaching methods, best practices, supporting teachers in attending external programs, creating a culture of continuous learning in the institution. Another important role, responsibility of the school principal is performance appraisal, evaluating the work and performance of the teachers. It is the responsibility of the principal to assess how well teachers are performing their duties and to provide feedback for improvement. In many institutions, if performance is not evaluated properly, it becomes difficult to identify strengths and weaknesses. So, observing classroom teaching, instructional methods, providing constructive and timely feedback, identifying strengths and areas for improvement, encouraging self-reflection among teachers is very necessary. Motivation and support. This is very important role of a school principal. Very important responsibility of a school principal that he should motivate, support, encourage teachers, help them in performance, in their performance, help them in performing their role. It is the responsibility of the school principal to create a positive environment where teachers feel valued, respected and happy. So, responsibility of the principal towards teachers is not limited to supervision, but it also involves continuous guidance, support and development. Now, we will understand the responsibilities of the school principal towards students. The responsibilities of a school principal towards students are very important because students are the main center of the entire learning process. In other words, school exists for students. Learning environment is for students. Therefore, every decision taken by the school principal should be in their best interest. Ensuring their safety and well-being is very important. Protecting students not only from physical harm but also from emotional and psychological stress is the responsibility of the school principal. To make sure that the school environment is secure, safe, organized and caring. In many cases, where if students are not feeling safe, they may not be able to concentrate on their studies. Principals should ensure, principals should ensure maintaining safe and secure school infrastructure, ensuring proper supervision in the classroom and also in playground, implementing safety rules and emergency procedures, clear SOPs, standard operating procedure should be there. Clear. Everything should be clear beforehand. It is not like that in case of emergency you are just searching for SOPs, you are searching for what to do. No. You should be clear. Beforehand things should be clear. What to do in this case, what to do in that case. Clear. For example, in our case we have ordinances for the different courses, programs. What will happen if a student will be fail in one paper? Whether he will be promoted in the second semester or not. Whether he will be promoted in the third semester or not. How many classes he should attend, minimum classes, to sit in the examination. How much percentage should be there so that he can he can be declared pass or fail. So clearly we write that in ordinances approved by our BUSs and then other bodies. Likewise, clear SOP should be there, what to do in emergency, preventing and addressing bullying and harassment of the students, supporting students' emotional and mental well-being so that students are stress-free, enjoying the learning environment and learning. Their learning is joyful. This is very important. discipline and behavior management is also one of the important responsibilities of the school principal. That discipline and behavior management refers to maintaining order in the school and guiding students or learners towards proper behavior. Discipline is necessary to create suitable learning environment, but it should not be based on strict punishment. Rather, it is the responsibility of the school principal to ensure that the discipline is maintained in a very fair, in a very balanced manner by setting clear and fair rules for students' behavior. Again, clear SOP should be there with regard to indiscipline. What should be the quantum of punishment? In particular case, it should be clear beforehand. In a written form, students in their first day should be handed that rules and regulations book copy. It happens in our university. When we take admission, we get a copy of what are the rules, who are our officers, what will happen if we will misbehave with our officers, with our teachers, with our authorities, so that students cannot say that we don't know, we are not having any idea, we don't know. In this case, this is indiscipline, we are not having any idea. No, ignorance of law is not the plea. So, ensuring consistency in the application of discipline is also very, very important. Guiding teachers in managing classroom behavior, because nowadays behavioral issues are different, especially when online classes are there. In some cases, in the online classes, the behavioral issues are different. They are not same as they used to be in the offline classes. So, using discipline as a method of improvement rather than punishment, seeing what punishment can be given to the students with fair and just approach. This is also one of the important responsibilities of the school principal. Promoting inclusivity is another important responsibility towards students. That is, creating a school environment where every student feels accepted, valued, respected, safe, regardless of their background, their ability. No student should feel left out or treated differently, especially in a negative way. It is the responsibility of the school principal to ensure that all students are given equal opportunities to participate and learn. By ensuring equal opportunities to all the students, by encouraging respect for diversity and differences, by supporting inclusive teaching methods, by preventing discrimination or bias in any form. Another important responsibility towards a student is addressing individual differences. Addressing individual differences means understanding that every student is unique, special, and can learn in a different way. All the students cannot be expected to perform in the same manner, at the same level, not possible. There are individual differences. We have already discussed in the first week. There are fast learners, there are mediocres, there are slow learners. It is the responsibility of the school principal to ensure that the school system is flexible enough to meet the needs of different learners by encouraging, again, to use the different teaching methods, by providing extra support to the slow learners, by offering advanced opportunities for fast learners, by recognizing special talents, by promoting student-centered approach in learning. Now let us try to understand learners, the responsibility towards parents and community. Duties of the school principal towards parents and community are very, very important, because a school does not function in isolation. A school is connected to the society in which it exists. So education is not only the responsibility of the school, but it is the collective responsibility of the school and of the parents and the wider community. Principal is acting as a link between a school and parents and community. So that all of them can work together for the benefit of the students. Parent-teacher interaction, creating regular and meaningful communication between parent-teacher is also one of the important responsibilities of the school principal. responsibility of the principal is to ensure that parents are not kept unaware of what is happening in the school. They should be regularly updated by organizing regular PTMs, parent teacher meetings, or PTI, parent teacher interactions, ensuring clear and timely communication with parents, regularly informing parents about the students' academic and behavioral progress, encouraging the parents to participate in school activities, involving the parents in the school activities. This is very, very necessary, because they can give you a lot of information. Parents can give you a lot of information. When they have interaction with the teachers, they can share very important information of their words with the teachers, which can help in changing the teaching strategies, teaching methodologies of the teachers. Building trust and cooperation between parents and teachers is very, very important. This is going to happen with the help of PTI, parent teacher interaction. Community engagement is also one of the responsibilities of the principal towards parents and community. Community where local communities, I am talking about learners, should also be involved in the school. A school should not remain separate from society, but it should be connected to society. Principal should create opportunities where community members are participating and contributing in the school. Some programs should be organized where community is participating, parents are participating. Social awareness programs should be organized. Students should go in the community. For example, we have national service scheme where our students are going to different villages, helping the villagers in sensitizing the villagers as far as various problems are concerned, making them aware about the different government schemes. So building the strong relationship between students and the community, using community resources for school development. So this is very, very important, and as far as the responsibility of the principal is concerned towards community and parents. Building a school reputation, creating a positive image of the school in the eyes of parents and the community. Through discipline, values, quality education, reputation can be, or image can be created. Trust can be developed. It is the responsibility of the school principal to maintain and improve this image through consistent, regular efforts, by having discipline, by having transparency, by building trust between teachers and between students and community, and by handling issues and challenges very responsibly and very carefully and very effectively. So this responsibility is very, very important. Collaboration with the stakeholders. Collaboration with stakeholders actually means working together with all the individuals and group members who are connected to the school. Again, teachers, parents, management, community members. As we have seen already, that collaboration is very, very important. Everybody should come together to achieve the objectives of the or purpose of the education. They should realize that common purpose is there. They should realize that everybody will have to come together to achieve the common purpose. No one can individually achieve the target. They should come together to achieve the target. Therefore, principal should encourage regular meetings of parents, teachers and management. Open discussion should be there with important stakeholders. Community members, society members should also be taking part in the decision making process. Some legal and ethical responsibilities are also there. Legal and ethical responsibilities of the school principals are very, very important, because they actually form the base on which the entire school system is running in a very proper and fair manner. Principal should make sure that all the decisions, actions are correct as per the rules, and they are morally right also, morally correct also. Because school is a place where values, discipline, fairness are practically taught, practiced. So principal has to be very careful because everybody is watching him or her. If there are 1000, there are 2000 students in any school, in any department, that every eye is watching the principal, how he is following the rules, how he is taking the decision, how he is running the institution. So whether the ethical standards are followed or not while making any decision, it is the responsibility of the school principal. Whether the compliance with educational policies is there or not, this is also very important. Transparency and accountability is also very important. So dear learners, we have seen the responsibilities of the principal towards teachers, towards school, towards community, towards students, towards society, and we have seen that a principal should always fulfill those responsibilities to his best capacity and should do everything possible to make the institution successful. Again, thank you very much. This is your home assignment. You have to understand what are the principal's responsibilities towards teachers, students, parents and community, and show how effective leadership helps in the smooth function of the school. This is suggested reading. Thank you very much, learners, once again.